Shabbat Shalom. We turn to page 124. It is great on this Shabbat to have Lori Kelfer on the Bima. We spent a lot of time together last year, and then as past president, she had to devote herself to the job that actually pays her. But she was missed, and it's nice to have her here, and it's nice to have Russ back up on the Bima as Susan's getting better. And it is wonderful to have Jeannie with us and Brad. At one point it was the choir, but there are a lot of colds going around. And John Salve is preparing for an opera next week that he helped, I don't know if it's write or direct I guess, produce. So we turn to our prayer book and we look to page 124. And in this prayer book we have the two different versions. So when you hear me call out the page number, if you have two sets of numbers in your prayer book, I'll be referring to the one in brackets. If you don't have two sets of page numbers, don't worry about it. But if you do, I'll always be referring to the number in brackets. We enter this sanctuary to welcome Shabbat. Within these walls, we sit surrounded by numberless generations. Our ancestors built the synagogue as a visible sign of God's presence in their midst. Throughout our long history and our endless wanderings, it has endured, a beacon of truth, love, and justice for all humanity. Its presence guided our ancestors to lives of righteousness, holding up to them a vision of their truest selves. Together, now we in turn, this sanctuary. Greenness, doubt, flaws within our human hearts, the harshness of the weak. Let these drop away at the door. In the brightness of Shabbat, let peace settle upon us. Page 128 at the top, how good it is when we join together, brothers and sisters, in one. Hine Matov. Naim Tahim Gam Yachad Hine Matovu Manayim Shevetahim Gam Yachad Hine Matov Hine Matov Yadada 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 Hine Matov Hine Matov Yadada 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 Hine Matovu Manayim Hine Matovu Manayim Shevetahim Gam Yachad Hine Matovu Manayim Shevetahim Gam Yachad Hine Matovu Manayim Shevetahim Gam Yachad. Kabbalat Shabbat, the service that prepares us for the service for Shabbat. We enter it with a number of prayers, but before we do, we turn around. We did it outside, but I saw a few more people join us. So first, before we welcome Shabbat, we welcome each other. You're probably next to new people, so turn around and wish people in your midst Shabbat Shalom. Shalom again. Shabbat Shalom. Isn't it nice? Before we turn to our Kabbalat Shabbat, our welcoming Shabbat prayers, a Shabbat thought. Really just a thought, but you can't let this Torah portion, Vayishlach, get away without a quick comment. This is many things happen in this week's Torah portion, but one of them is that Jacob is preparing to meet his brother Esau. They have not spoken in years. He has split up his family, the clan, on the other side of the river. He is alone, and before he meets his brother and they reconcile, there is a struggle with somebody. And the commentary asks who this is. There's some person, some being, some angel. Vayomer lo Yaakov Yamir od shemecha ki im Yisrael ki sarita im Elohim v'im anoshim. He struggles and struggles and struggles and says, tell me your name. And he says, I can't tell you my name. It seems that it's only later in post-exilic texts that angels are known by names. They are anonymous here. I can't tell you my name, my source of power, but your name, Jacob, is going to change. Through this struggle, you will no longer be Jacob, you will now be Yisrael, one who has sarita im Elohim v'im anashim, one who has struggled with men, and one who has struggled with beings, God, something, whatever that Elohim is meant to be. And he limps away, scarred by the encounter, but older. And if you search commentaries online this week, you'll find all kinds of ideas about who this other is, who he's struggling with. Rabbi Josh Weinberg, who is the head of the Reform Zionist organization, Artza, says, he is struggling with his faith and his relationship with Israel. And then in his Devar Torah he says, see, so struggling with the modern Israel has its foundation in the text. Rabbi Dov Linzer, who is the Rosh Yeshiva, the head of the Yeshiva Chovavei Torah, says he's struggling with God and with his way of knowing God with himself. Other commentaries will suggest that he might be struggling with Esau himself, and that it represents the struggle he has with his own family to make peace with his past. Others will say the whole thing is a dream, a kind of a psychological reading, and he is confronting himself and fighting with himself to be able to face himself, older, more mature, to be with his family. Whoever Jacob is fighting with, the two things we know for sure is he leaves the encounter marked and different, and he leaves the encounter with a new name. The other day I was visiting one of our congregants, and she said to me, it was a wonderful, wonderful time together, but she said to me, Rabbi, here's a pin. She gave me this pin. Be happy, enjoy each day. And she said, maybe there's a sermon for you. And I thought it's a wonderful sermon. But then as I was looking at the Torah portion this week, I thought, it's wonderful to be happy. I'm all for it. But this week's Torah portion says it's not enough to be happy. You have to struggle. You have to find your way. We are not named after Jacob, and we are not named after Esau, and we are not named after Abraham or Isaac. We are called Yisrael. We are someone, a people, who struggle, and sometimes we limp away, and sometimes we are stronger because of it, and sometimes we are not. And so throwing all those commentaries together, I'm not going to give you an answer. I'm only going to say if your struggle is still with your family, if your struggle is with your faith, if your struggle is with your relationship to others, or with Israel, or your own country, or whatever it is, you can't really take the easy path out. And if you haven't struggled, maybe you need to struggle a little. But our faith teaches us that our growth comes from being in the world and seeing things and limping away and growing because of it. And so on this Shabbat, normally I say it's Shabbat, take a deep breath, let the week go away. I would say perhaps in honor of this Torah portion, part of our Shabbat should be spent pausing from whatever distracts us, but using our day of rest to think about our struggles and to think what we're still fighting with and what we still need to become. Page 138, we welcome Shabbat. as we think about these messengers, these symbolic angels that come into our midst, the angels of Shabbat, the angels of our family, the angels of our community, some of whom don't always seem like angels, but they are part of those around us, those we are commanded to struggle with. It is our custom as we join in Lecha Dodi to join in the first, the second, the fifth, and the ninth. I'm checking that's what we're chanting. Well, whatever we chant, when we get to the final stanza, we rise and we face the back of the sanctuary, not yet, but to symbolically welcome Shabbat into our midst. Page 138. Echad Dodi lekrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabila 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 Shamor v'zachor b'diborecha Hishmi'anu el yucha Adonai echad u'shemo echad L'shemo tiferet v'tila L'echad Dodi lekrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabila Echad Dodi lekrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabila Lekrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha ki mikor habracha mirosh mikedem misucha tov ma'aseh b'machshavat tchila Echad Dodi lekrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabila Echad Dodi lekrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabila Yitoreri kiva uri shir daberi kavod Adonai alayich nigla Echad Dodi lekrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabila Echad Dodi lekrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabila Loi v'shalom ha'teret ala gam b'simcha u'b'sola tochem segula Boi kala Echad Dodi lekrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabila Echad Dodi lekrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabila. As we are seated, please turn to page 142 as we join together. Peace be to you, O angels of peace. Bring peace into our presence on this Shabbat. Shalom Aleichem Malach Hashar Malachei Elyon Melech Malach Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu Moachem L'Shalom Malachei HaShalom Malachei Elyon Malach HaMelachim HaKadosh Baruch Hunin Shalom Malachei HaShalom Malachei Elyon Melech Malachei HaMelachim Kadosh Baruch Hu Zechem L'Shalom Malachei HaShalom Malachei Elyon Melech Malachei HaMelachim Kadosh Baruch Hu. On page 143, this is last week's Torah portion, but it closes out, it continues the story that we closed out this week, and it is actually the Torah portion which the name of this temple comes from. And so I thought together we would read this passage in English. And Jacob left Beersheba and set out for Haran. Coming upon a certain pavement, he passed the night there, for the sun was setting. He made it his headrest as he lay down in that place. He dreamed, and lo, a ladder was set on the ground, with its top reaching up to it. Lo, angels of God were going up and coming down on. And lo, Adonai stood above and said, I am Adonai, your God. The east and the north and the south. Through you and your descendants, all the families of the earth shall have blessing. And here I am with you. I will watch over you wherever you go, and I will bring you back to the soil. I will not let go of you as long as I have yet to do what I have promised. Waking from his sleep, Jacob said, Truly Adonai is in this place, and I did not know it. He was awestruck and said, How awe-inspiring is this place. This is none other than the house of God, and this is the gate of heaven. Ein zeh ki'im Beit Elohim v'zeh sha'ar hashamayim. Beth-El, page 144, the Chatzi Kaddish. It's all right. Kadash Merabah Yutev Yamliyama B'chaychom Yomechom Uv'chayedecho Ben Yisrael Bagala Uv'izman Kari Amen. Yesh Merabah Mivora Le'olam Me'amaya Yitbarach Yishtabach Aman V'naseh Yitodar Yitodar B'richu Tushbechata B'nechemata Dami Rabbi Alma. Amen. We rise on 146 for the Baruch Hu. The call to worship is one, and we will remain standing through the Shema, the affirmation of God's oneness. Baruch Adonai Hamivorach Leolam Va'ed. We read together at the top of page 149. Praise to you, Adonai our God. to whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of day and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'ma'ariv aravim. Please be seated as we look to the top of page 155 and join in the words of a Haftarah from the Torah together in English. Love your God with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act. Keep in mind the words I command you this day. Teach them to your children. Speak about them at work, whether you are tired or you are rested. Let them guide the work of your hands. Keep them in the forefront of your vision. Do not leave them at the doorway of your house or outside your gate. They are reminders to do all of my mitzvot, so that you can be holy for God. I am Adonai, your God. I led you out of Egypt to become your God. I am Adonai. Page 156 and 157. Page 158 and 159. Sorry. Sing the song of men and women, joined in understanding and respect, the song of God's miracles, in earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and generations to come. The song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content, her soldiers home to leave no more. The song of a world redeemed, the song of peace. Page 161, let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will. Baruch atah Adonai, apores kat shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. On the next page, we join together as we sing of the joy of Shabbat. Shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat lidorotam b'olam. Shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat lidorotam b'olam. B'nei Yisrael Oti leolam, oti leolam, v'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat lidorotam b'olam. Sheshet yamim asar Shamayim v'yetah v'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat lidorotam b'olam. Vayom Shabbat vayinavash, Shabbat vayinavash, Shabbat vayinavash, v'shamru v'nei Yisrael et Hashem lidorotam Page 164, we will join in Tefillah in this central prayer section of our service, in which we begin together on the first 3 pages on 164 and 66 and 68. And then we continue on our own, standing or seated in Hebrew or in English, looking inward on the pages that follow to find our own words. To pray as if everything depended on God, but to be inspired to act, knowing that everything depends on us. We rise. O God, open up our lips that our mouths may declare your glory. Adonai, open my lips that my mouth may declare your grace. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, El HaGadol, HaGibor v'Hanorah, El Elyon, Gomer Chesed Tovim, V'konei HaKol, V'zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot, U'mevii Gula livnei b'neihem, L'man Shemo b'Yahava, Melech Ozer u'Moshia u'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magin Avraham, V'ezrat Saram, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol atah Rav Shia, Melakel Chaim B'chesed, Mechayeh HaKol B'rachamim Rabim, Somech Noim V'rofech Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umkayim Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Michamocha Bal Gevurot, Umidom Elam, Melech Memid, Umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua. Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol, Atah Kadosh v'Shimcha Kadosh, U'Kedoshim b'chol yom ya'alelu chasel. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. Through 180 on your own, Hebrew, English, standing, sitting, however you wish to use this time. Turn to page 371. Before we join in the Mishaberach singing together, we ask Mishaberach Avotenu Avraham Yitzchak Yaakov V'Imotenu Sar Rivka Rachel V'Leah Hu Yivarech V'Yirapeh Et HaCholim HaYikarim HaElu. God of our mothers and fathers, God of our ancestors, God who is the source of strength at moments when we are beaten up and do not have the courage, the fortitude to move further along. We pray that we will find the strength, the strength to help those who are in need. We pray that they will have the strength to face the illnesses that afflict them. We mention the names of Kelly Webb and Annette Dover, Frank Dover, Charlotte Fiwas, Corinne Jacobson, Hazel Lipper, Rabbi Joshua Taub, Lita Marashak, George Berger, Leslie Arnoff, Stacy Lewis, Alan Lusky, Charlie Freed, Steve Hayes, Sonia Stein, Dan Blumberg, Rick Simon, Rachel Goldberg, Jeffrey Marks, Evelyn Siegel, Robert Klein, Austin Arnoff, Patrick Cooney, Arthur Liederman, and other names you might wish to add.
Nicole Sela and Stephen Holhauser.
And as I walk through the congregation, you can feel free to add.
Steve Jones.
Thank you.
Dan District. Andrew Feinberg.
We join together. We should before us, help us in the courage to make our lives a bless, and let us say, Amen. With refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. So I wanted to do something tonight, and I realized, we're getting ready for Hanukkah. Next week, I will be at the URJ Biennial. Rabbi